right, race fans, Ryan Aho here from the One to Go Show, bringing you week number 2 of the BuyRacers.com One to Go Show Midwest Mod Power Rankings. Now, before we get into the power rankings, we're going to do a little recap of what happened here this past week. Give a few shout-outs here. There was some great racing that happened. Lots of racing coming up this weekend, of course, Memorial Day weekend. But before we do that, let's give a shout-out to our friends at Minnesota Truck Headquarters. You know, the best pre-owned place in Minnesota. I mean, you've got to go to Minnesota Truck Headquarters. They do a lot for dirt track racing. He absolutely loves it. Even donating his time being on the WISSOTA board, right? So that's not a paid position. I mean, basically, they pay you nothing. So you go to the WISSOTA board, you want to donate your time, you sponsor cars, events, series, races, you name it. If you're going to buy a vehicle, you're going to go to that place, right? Because they support racing. You need to support them. That's how that works, right? Minnesota Truck Headquarters, thank you for all you do. So let's jump into it. Little recap here from this past weekend. A lot of racing to be had. There's going to be a ton more coming up this weekend. So we'll try to go fast and roll through this as quick as we can. Let's head to Minnesota first. Deer Creek Speedway down in Spring Valley. One of 2 features on the weekend for Nick Kaler. Unbelievable. 2 wins on the week. He won over at Jim Falls. I believe I'm going to look at that here. Look down to Wisconsin. And yes, he did. He won the Gary Blazer Memorial over at the Eagle Valley Speedway. That, of course, non-sanctioned. Deer Creek, they still have one WISSOTA class. It's a WISSOTA Midwest Mods. Stout field of cars down there, incidentally. 28 Midwest Mods, 174 cars at the season opener at Deer Creek. But Nick Kaler, a pair of wins. Great weekend for him. Fiesta City Speedway in Montevideo, 2nd career win for Shane DeYoung. Congratulations. 18-year-old driver, 3rd year for him. His last win, August 12th of last year at Monte as well. So Shane DeYoung getting in victory lane early this season. Let's get that next one a little quicker. Congratulations. Granite City Motor Park, 7th to 1st, 2nd of the year. Zach Benson in the 17B, a national champion contender right here. A great run for him. Super rough in one corner. Track is pretty good in the other corner. It's gonna get better. But Zach Benson hitting 2 early, and he's gonna continue to stack wins. Halberline Speedway up in Proctor. Cody Carlson, good race up there. He got her done. He was probably a little frustrated from the night before though, because he could have went back to back, but there was another guy up there from over in Grand Rapids that kind of drove by him on the bottom. So Cody was carving the high side over at the Hibbing Raceway opener, looking good up there. And here comes old Mervyn Castle on the bottom, smooth as can be, rolled right by him. Mervyn Castle, your opening night winner at the Hibbing Raceway. Congratulations. That was a good race. Dirt Race Central has the action on that. So if you don't have Dirt Race Central subscription, for $19.99 a month, you can watch pretty much every WISSOTA race. You best get it. That was a good one. I recommend watching that one. I-94 EMR Speedway in Fergus Falls. This was another good race right here. This is a race of the week candidate right here. Mike Nichols was smooth as the other side of the pillow. Started 7th, and he was silky smooth on the bottom. I mean, that car rotated so good. It didn't kind of remind me of John Campton, right? Didn't look fast. T-Mac on the national level. Didn't look fast, but my God, was he smooth, rolling right around the bottom and just drove by everybody and checked. Mike Nichols is going to win a lot of races. Ogilvie Raceway in Ogilvie. I'm going to talk more about this guy in a minute, too. David Swearingen, no surprise there. I mean, he is a wheelman. His dad was a good race car driver. He's a hell of a driver. His sister's a good driver. She might be the best one of the bunch. But David Swearingen, another win at the Big O. Viking Speedway, the big high-flying half-mile over there, season opener for them, 15 cars. Corey Stork, another second-generation guy. Super fun to watch him race. Up on the wheel, hard charger, going to contend for wins. There's several drivers in that area that transition from the Midwest Mods up to the A Mods, kind of leaves a void. He's filling that void, 57, hitting pay dirt. Electric City Speedway out in Montana. 8th starting Jordan Tachi, I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I got to learn how to say that name. Jordan Tachi, though, the 2C out in Great Falls, parking in Victory Lane, had a handful of wins last year. He's going to be one of the guys to beat all year long in Great Falls, Montana. Let's head over to North Dakota, Devils Lake Speedway. The BO, Jory Berg. 9 cars over there, super light car counts, but they got some good racing to be had. Do yourself a favor, get your butt to the Devils Lake Speedway. Fun racetrack to watch races at, and you can have a steak well done. Not the way Nolan likes to eat it over there. Like he likes it a little medium rare or rare. Make it like a hockey puck like I like it, okay? But Jory Berg, a great win over at Devils Lake. River City Speedway, Grand Forks, North Dakota, your defending champ over there. Lance Schill, he flat out he's the guy to beat. When you look at the Midwest Modified Division at Grand Forks, Lance Schill is kind of that one slot. He's the guy to beat each and every week. Hitting pay dirt for the first time this year. Now let's go to the Black Hills Speedway in Rapid City. A Fab 18 car in Victory Lane. Kyle Harkin, light car count. I don't understand. He had 3 wins in all of 22. Back-to-back wins now in Rapid City, but they only had 5 cars. I'm not sure what the story is out there in Rapid City. Hopefully they can pick up a few cars here. Maybe it's just an early season deal. I'm not really sure. Have to do a little digging on that one. Another guy here with a pair of wins this weekend, the 14 of Adam Brotherton. His first one in Aberdeen. Tried to be Superman in the first corner, a little contact with him and Matt Heinzerling, and there goes old Brotherton, yard sale off of turn 2, and kind of lucky to not be upside down in that deal. Got back on the track, got a spot back, of course, drove off into the sunset night, and then at the Casino Speedway, that is another sweet move, another really good race, another South Dakota Midwest mod that is just fun to watch. So Tommy Nichols was leading the race, looked like he was going to have it won. Beautiful move in lap traffic by Brotherton to steal it out from underneath them. Adam Brotherton with a pair of wins, and Casino Speedway with a couple of really, really good races over there. Tommy Nichols, though, he may have been disappointed there a little bit at Casino, but guess what? He got it done at Miller Central Speedway. Season opener, it was him, Heinzerling, and then a brother, Mike Nichols. You beat those 2 guys, you're doing something right. Tommy Nichols is going to win a bunch of races this year. A little upgrade in equipment. Look for him to be taking some wins maybe away from his brother. Let's head over to Wisconsin. ABC Raceway over in Ashland, Wisconsin. The 23 Double D. That's George Dahlbeck getting it done. Last win was a couple years ago. Jim Falls, he won back in 2021. This guy's won a lot of races. Another guy does a lot for racing, sponsors a lot of drivers, he sponsors tracks, he sponsors events. George, thank you for all you do for the sport. Congratulations on getting in Victory Lane. Cedar Lake Speedway had a pair of features over there. They had makeup features. Feature number 1 from 11th, Brandon Jensen. Of course, him and his brother, phenomenal race car drivers. Earlier this year, maybe the end of last year, earlier this year, lost his dad, who was just a huge part of the dirt track racing world. Thoughts, to the whole family. We probably kind of ruffled each other's feathers a little bit there. Me and old Joe did. But I tell you what, I like that guy. I had a lot of respect for him, and just letting you know that it's pretty cool to see you get that first win after the passing of your dad. Congratulations on that. Cedar Lake Speedway, the main event there went to the 04 of Nick Ayotte. Actually, you know what? That was the makeup, because in the regular feature, Ayotte went upside down. So Brandon Jensen won the main feature from 11th. Nick Ayotte won the makeup feature, and he won it from 9th. 42 cars. What that tells me, if you're winning from 9th, if you're winning from 11th, that track must have been pretty darn good, because I saw a lot of other people with some movement there. So tip of the cap to the Cedar Lake Speedway. Nick Ayotte with a couple wins already. Hopefully the car's not too bad. Started on fire, kind of a scary deal. Safety crew not maybe on the ball as much as what he would have liked. Didn't really see it on the camera angle, but he was a little upset about that. But Nick, congratulations. Now, we talked about Eagle Valley. Let's go up to the Gondik Law Speedway. The old Cowboy at the 62nd season opener. Great car count, 24 Midwest mods up there. Pretty sharp looking race car. Shane Howell parking it in Victory Lane in Superior, Wisconsin. Red Cedar Speedway in Menominee, he got one win a year ago. The 21 beat Jesse Bryan, looking to get more than one. He actually looked a couple years ago. He won like 2 in a row or 2 in 3 weeks or something like that. He's got a pretty darn good hot rod. I feel like one is just not where it's going to end. I expect to see multiple features out of the 21. Rice Lake Speedway, Mike Schneider, he won from 8th, killed him. Blake Adams, right? 3rd generation racer. You might have heard of Buzzy, Dave, right? Tim McMahon, big family. 9th to 3rd, great podium run for him. But Mike Schneider, a great run from the 4th row to put it in victory lane. Now let's head to Wyoming. Gillette Thunder Speedway. First win of the year, first win in a Midwest mod. He has 2 in an IMCA mod, the 33 of Austin Long. Congratulations to him. Fabi team car, he's super happy with that. I talked to him. He's like, man, these cars drive themselves. Maybe I need to get one. Let's see what the better half has to say. Sheridan Speedway in Sheridan, Wyoming. Well, the guy that builds these things, right? The 18 of Tony Liker. He either DNFs or he wins, and that's what he does. 4 wins, 2 DNFs on the year. Got her done from 6, so no surprise there. So let's jump into it. Our second installment of the BuyRaceShirts.com one to go show Midwest mod power rankings. Now a little shout out to BuyRaceShirts.com. If you need apparel, right? And if you're a racer, you got to support your sponsors, got to get your brand out there, get some hats, get some shirts, hoodies, you name it. Well, where do you go for that stuff? There's a lot of places to go. Well, of course, you go to BuyRaceShirts.com. That's where you go. That's for racers by racers. Jordan Tollickson and his crew, they do a great job. They get things done in a timely fashion. They got great pricing options. Check them out, BuyRaceShirts.com. At number 10, and I moved this cat in there, Mervyn Castle. I said there's a void. Tyler Kittner moved up into the A-Mod division up in Hibbing and Grand Rapids. That left the door open. Who's going to fill that void? Mervyn Castle, 1 race, 1 win, and he drove by Cody Carlson to do it. I got pretty high hopes for this kid. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more than 1 here in 2023. At number 9, Nick Kaler. 10 wins last year, 4th on night 1 of the year, a pair of wins this past weekend, double digits, right? He's going to hit double digits for sure. Not sure how much he's going to race. You know, he's running Jim Falls on Friday, and then he's going to run Deer Creek on Saturday. So he's clearly not racing for a national championship. But in that area, if there's money shows, if there's stuff on the line, I'd be betting on Nick Kaler. He's gonna win some races. At number 8, we'll go north of the border here to St. Andrews, Manitoba. Brandon Rehill, 13 wins a year ago, a rough night 1. Okay, he's only got 1 race under the belt. But 13's the number. That's what he hit last year. Kind of a career year for him, kind of the mark. Is he going to go over and under? Over or under 13? My guess, over. I'm going to say he's over 15 wins in 2023. Really fun to watch. This kid can wheel a race car. At number 7, David Swearingen. 1 race, 1 win at the Big O. Dude, you're killing me. All right? I get it. I mean, you got other stuff going on. I get it. Please race more. Please race more, right? Because when he races, he contends for wins. He's fun to watch. I don't know that he'll ever race for a national title. I don't know if he wants to race that much. I want him to race that much. But the fact is, I'm also not going to pay for it for him either. But David Swearingen, if he raced more, he'd probably be up in the top 5. Right now, I have him at 7 because such of a limited schedule. At number 6, Adam Brotherton. I'll slug him up a little bit here. Driver from Huron, South Dakota. 2 for 2 to start 2023. And he missed Saturday. I'm like, well, where was he Saturday? Sounds like he had concussion, or not concussion, but migraines. And I've had some bad headaches myself. I've had headaches so bad that I had to pull over on the side of the road because I literally could not keep my eyes open. I get it. Hopefully them, kind of work themselves out, but fun to watch. This Brotherton kid is a pretty good wheel man. He's one of several in that area. There's some really good Midwest mod drivers in that area, and a few of them that I haven't mentioned yet, but I will be. I can assure you that before too long. He's at number 6. At number 5, Cody Carlson. 4 shows, 4 podiums, 1 win. He's been good. He ain't been out of the top 3 yet. Career year last year, winning 9 features, easily over. Easily. I'm going to say between 15 and 20 wins for multiple reasons. Some of the hitters at both Superior, Proctor, Hibbing, Rapids, some of the hitters there moved up, right? Doors wide open. He's going to fill that void. Heck of a good race car driver. At number 4, Tony Leiker. Probably could be higher, another limited schedule type of guy. Like I said, 4 wins, 2 DNFs. He either wins or breaks. It's just the way it works. Drivers, you don't want him to break because that means he's going to start closer to the front. You don't want that, right? So like we need somebody go over and do maintenance on his car so he doesn't like have issues. You want him to start as far back as possible. Tony Leiker's a really, really good race car driver, as is his brother, but super fun to watch. Right now, I have him at number 4. At number 3, the 17B of Zach Benson. So here's the deal. This dude has some terrible luck. Like he finally gets it. Like for the last couple of years, he'll get in a rhythm, get things going, roll over, crash, rip the car in half. Not usually his fault. It's just kind of a victim of circumstance. But if he can just get a little bit better luck, he's going to be in the conversation for a national championship. So 5 shows, 3 podiums, a pair of wins. Keep an eye on Zach Benson. He had 10 wins last year. Again, another guy over. Definitely going to be over on wins. He's going to be over 10. Number 2, the nightmare, Lucas Rodin. Slipped him back a spot. I'll tell you why in a second. Another guy, probably going to run limited. He won the Natty here a couple years ago. He said, I don't know if I want to race that hard anymore. He's going to run big shows. Probably my pick to win the Rebel Midwest Mod Tour. When the money's on the line, he's a nightmare. He's there. He's in the conversation. He can flat out wheel a car, but I just don't think he's going to race enough shows to really contend for another national championship. But he'll be there when the money, when it matters, he'll be there. And at number 1, Mike Nichols. I really like watching this kid race. I mean, he can do it all, right? You watch him at Casino Speedway and he's banging the boards and rolling the cushion and slide jobbing and diamonding. Then he goes to Fergus, he rolls the bottom, he looks like freaking T-Mac out there. I'm like, what can't he do? Super good race car driver, 2/3 of 4th and an impressive win from Fergus. Mike Nichols is poised to have a big season. And I have him number 1 right now in the BuyRaceShirts.com 1 to go show Midwest Mod Power Rankings.